Bitcoin has finally broken out of the symmetrical triangle we have been discussing for days here, and on today's update video I will talk about the most important charts, the liquidation heat map that is telling us something about the next move Bitcoin will be creating, some more important data, and many more charts I will be discussing to tell you guys where I think Bitcoin is heading towards next. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button back above 800 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And once looking at Bitcoin here on that 1 hour time frame, we clearly saw that we were creating a downward sloping resistance line, that upward sloping support line, and yes, I've been discussing this pattern for literally more than 1.5 weeks, and finally yesterday we started to see the breakout and Bitcoin started to be moving towards the upside. And just like we were expecting, once we were also confirming the break above that red box of resistance, most likely the continuation towards the upside is going to be there. And literally what happened on Bitcoin is indeed that continuation did got confirmed towards the upside. So Bitcoin right now broke above this very important level of resistance, and you could even extend this resistance box here to the left side and see that this is indeed a very important level of resistance we just broke above of. If we were to be looking at the price target of this symmetrical triangle, we can clearly see that we currently see a breakout target around the $45,000 on Bitcoin. So indeed, Bitcoin has seen a very beautiful move towards the upside, and actually right now we were just a few dollars away from hitting our target, and potentially even we could argue we have already hit our target or we're still going to be hitting it. So Bitcoin came very close towards our target, and that is of course a very good thing to see. And what could be happening next for Bitcoin to create that next move here is because right now we've seen Bitcoin had a significant drop towards the downside, and like you know, if you've been following the channel, I turned exactly bullish on the top side, and like you know, if you've been following the channel, I turned bearish here around $48,000, turned bullish on Bitcoin on that exact bottom and opened up a long position, unfortunately closing it potentially maybe a little bit too early because I closed it over here. And right now I want to be saying what I think is going to be happening next to Bitcoin. I mean, right now, since we broke above this level right here, we're confirming the breakout of the Bitcoin inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? If we were to be seeing a retest of this very important level of previous resistance, that is most likely right now going to be flipping into support. So if Bitcoin sees a move towards the downside, towards approximately 43.4K, I would definitely see it as an opportunity to be opening up potentially new long positions. And yeah, that would also give you another opportunity to potentially ride this wave towards the upside once again, because clearly right now, after confirming this push towards the upside, we have been clearly forming a higher high structure, and this is definitely a bullish bias structure Bitcoin is currently trading in. So that is also important to see. We also broke above this very important level of resistance right here that we basically got rejected from loads of times in a row here. And if we were to be seeing a retest of 43.3K, that would also once again mean a good opportunity to actually look at long positions in Bitcoin, since the trend is right now overly bullish. And yesterday as well, I talked about this in this video I made yesterday. So in yesterday's video, I talked about it many times before, that we were indeed creating a lot of liquidity on the top side, and that most likely Bitcoin was going to be grabbing this liquidity before doing a next move, or before making its next move here. And that is exactly what happened once again. Bitcoin grabbed all the liquidity out of the market and pushed further on towards the upside. So, I mean, I've been saying this so many times before, but the liquidation heat map is such a good tool to predict the next move here on Bitcoin. And basically, every single time once liquidity is getting built up on a certain region, we tend to be grabbing out that liquidity. So right now, if I'm looking at the monthly time frame, there is not a lot of liquidity being built up above us. Honestly, I am not saying that this is like a lot of liquidity that currently is being built up here, but clearly there is some liquidity being built up on the lower side. It's not a lot, so I'm not necessarily saying we're going to get attracted towards the downside, but I have been pointing out that the majority of the liquidity was being building up on the top side. So usually where liquidity gets built in the market is where Bitcoin is moving towards. And also yesterday we saw an $80 million outflow from the Grayscale Bitcoin spot ETF. Once again, outflows are becoming slower and slower, and that is of course, generally speaking, a very positive thing for the price action of Bitcoin. If we were to be looking at the price target of the head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin, I mean, we're looking at some insane targets. The price target of this head and shoulders pattern is literally sitting at the new highs here. So honestly, if we were to be seeing a retest of this level right here on the lower side, I would definitely take that opportunity with both hands here. And I mean, you can clearly see on every single pattern I discussed in the last videos, we were consolidating, and finally right now we're starting to see the break breakout. I mean, we were also discussing that, of course, the volatility was becoming extremely low here. And right now, once again, we broke outside of the pattern. We broke outside of the low volatility zone. And once again, Bitcoin created a massive move towards the upside. So guys, so far, I've not opened up a new trade here. But like I said several times before on the video, I mean, I was expecting it was going to be going up here, but I wasn't 100% convinced. And if I am going to be convinced about my next trade, I will let you know here on the channel. And I am going to be opening up a new trade here on Deepcoin, where you could be following me only if you right now sign up an account using that link below. And in the meantime, potentially you could be following other traders. But one thing that Deepcoin has and no other exchange currently has is that you could get a $10,000 trading account for only depositing $100. And this is insane. This is basically a trading challenge. And if you complete the challenge and you show them that you are a good trader, you will be able to get an account worth $10,000 and potentially even more if you're a good trader. And 80% of the profits go to you and 20% of the profits go to Deepcoin. So if you are a good trader yourself and you want to be trading with more money, but you don't actually have the funds, go to Deepcoin right now here. Sign up an account using the link below, because this is only available if you right now sign up an account using that link below. You will be able to participate in a Genesis X challenge and potentially get that $10,000 account for only getting $100 in collateral. So this is massive, and this is right now only available for people that sign up using the link below, because this is something revolutionary right now in the cryptocurrency space, and you could be right now the first one to be using it. So going further in towards this, we can currently see that here on the daily time frame, Bitcoin is indeed pushing above 43.7k. We're seeing this slight push towards the upside, and I mean, I talked about this chart many times before here on the channel. But basically, the moment where I will become extremely bullish is once Bitcoin breaks above 46.8k. Because once we break above 46.8k, that is going to be the point where basically I think the bull market is going to be starting, because then we broke above the most important resistance, and then basically there's not a lot of resistance left, and we're going to be having an absolutely takeoff towards the upside. So that is my expectation. But as long as we're trading below that, we could see a lot of rejection still for Bitcoin. So yeah, anything could happen at this point, but we're only 67 days out before the Bitcoin halving. And usually, if we're looking at history, like 3-4 weeks before the halving, we tend to see a big push up towards the upside. Right now, it's still 10 weeks out here, so we have some more time here. And once again, will history once again repeat? Usually, approximately 6 months after the halving, that is where Bitcoin sets a new all-time high. And I won't be surprised if it's going to be not any different this time around here. So personally, I am really looking forward towards what is going to be happening with Bitcoin. And I am all in on crypto and Bitcoin, because I think it's going to be once again playing out. So if you're believing in the long term of crypto, make sure to have yourself a good portfolio allocated, because yeah, you need to prepare yourself accordingly. Ethereum is currently once again retesting that ascending triangle, just like it was doing at that previous beginning of that massive bull run. So this is the time to prepare yourself right now here. I don't think that there is a big reason to be worrying right now here. This is the time to be accumulating. So this was it for me in today's update video, guys. I truly hope you did learn something from it. If you did so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.